Good day, I'm Cheyenne Jogi and I will discuss to you the first part of the brief history of Philippine educational system. Spain and America gave big contributions in our educational system. That's why the Philippine educational system was patterned from the educational system of both Spain and United States. In 1946, our country was liberalized from the oppression of the foreign countries. Then, our educational system was radically changed and so functioned independently. So now, let's have the historical development of the Philippine educational system. Education was informal, unstructured, and devoid of methods. During pre-Magellanic time, education was not that important. Children received education which was unstructured and informal. It did not follow any methods and there were no agencies who handle some concerns about this matter, which is far different in the present time. Children were provided more vocational training and less academics. Education focused on the development of skills in order to survive and to get some necessary things they needed. In fact, literacy was only based in 3 arts, which are the reading, writing, and arithmetic. The native alphabet during that time is called baybayin. During the pre-Magellanic time, parents and tribal tutors were the ones who taught children. Also, during this time, people believed that only men should work to provide their daily needs. That's why fathers taught their son to look for food. Meanwhile, women were the ones who are responsible in household chores. So, the education in this period is basically preparing the children to become responsible and good parents. It is simple like that, which is totally different nowadays. Education during Spanish colonization was focused on religion. That's why regular priests established different schools in our country. Like Dominican priests established Letran and UST. Augustinian priests established San Sebastian College. And Jesuit priests established Ateneo. There were schools that were established in accordance to the teachings of religions. In addition, education was only for elite people, and those people were the members of Peninsulares and Insulares class. But because of the Educational Decree of 1863, Filipinos were given opportunities to have access to education because each town should have one primary school for boys and girls. During the colonization of United States, President McKinley transferred his legislative powers to the Philippine Commission, and he wanted the entire Philippines for the United States. So, in order to help him formulate this policy, McKinley created the first Philippine Commission, and this was called Sherman Commission after its chairman, Dr. Jacob Gould Sherman. Because of Sherman Commission, religious people have no right to control educational institutions, and institutions were being separated from religion. There is also a free public school system. When the work of Sherman Commission was finished, it returned to the United States, and President McKinley appointed a second commission known as Taft Commission. Its chairman was William Howard Taft. Because of Taft Commission, underprivileged people was given a chance to have education because of the free primary education. But this education gave emphasis in the training of people for duties and responsibilities of citizenship and occupation. Act No. 74 of 1901 was enacted into law by the Philippine Commission. The act created the Department of Public Instruction, laid the foundations of the public school system in the Philippines. That's why it established a highly centralized public school system. But the implementation of this act created a heavy shortage of teachers. So the Philippine Commission authorized the Secretary of Public Instruction to bring 600 teachers from the USA to the Philippines. They were the Thomasites.
In 1908, Philippine Legislature approved Act No. 1870, which established the University of the Philippines. Students were taught about the life of Filipino to develop nationalism and patriotism, and also vocational skills like sewing, baking, cooking, and many more. Moreover, Institute of Private Education was established to observe private schools. Reorganization Act of 1916 under Jones Law provided the Philippinization of all department secretaries except the Secretary of Public Instruction. And now, let's have Ms. Angelica San Antonio to further explain the brief history of Philippine educational system.